One of the reasons that brought to Pakatan Harapan's win in GE14 is their promise to reduce the cost of living. However, almost a year in as the government, the issue of high cost of living still haunts Malaysians. According to the pie chart, 6 bulan looks at the news, Tun Daim stating that the government needs 6 months more to restore the nation, including the issue of the rising cost of living. Meanwhile, Kos Hidup looks generally at the issue. Prior to the election, leaders of Pakatan Harapan had continuously debated on the issue of the Goods and Services Tax (GST), which had a huge impact on the cost of living. Almost 2 weeks in since Pakatan took over, GST was announced to be reduced to 0% as of 1st of June 2018. As seen in the graph, the media exposure of cost of living in the mainstream media are relatively much lower 2 months before the election. In the same month GST was at 0%, the Sales and Services Tax, a tax reintroduced under the PH government, start making headlines up until September. During this time, news on cost of living remained comparatively low, along with other issues such as affordable homes and fuel price. However, not long after, the concern quite quickly made its comeback as the most talked about issue in the recent months. For one that promises the rakyat that high cost of living will no longer burden the masses once Pakatan takes over, the increased coverage on the issue in recent months is a negative indicator. As seen in the pie chart, despite bidding goodbye to GST, cost of living still remains an issue. The problem slowly built its momentum and swiftly became the talk of the town up until the last 30 days. Additionally, fuel price is also witnessed to show an increase in coverage under the administration of the new government. In fact, the leaders of Pakatan Harapan are aware of this very problem facing many Malaysians day in, day out. Leaders like Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad and Tun Daim had attributed Pakatan Harapan's defeat in Cameron Highlands, Semenyih and Rantau by-elections to voters being disappointed with the high cost of living, which ultimately brought them to choose the opposition. Looking at the trend of the issue in the media, high cost of living remains a concern amongst the majority of the public, be it under the Barisan Nasional or Pakatan Harapan government. Supposedly, after PH moved to abolish BN's GST, cost of living should no longer be an issue of the rakyat, considering they have entrusted PH to reduce their burden. Unfortunately, a different scenario is witnessed.